Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video, and we talk about a newly shown Hot Toys figure, and this time it's Hulkbuster. Very exciting. This is obviously quite an interesting reveal. Hot Toys is doing like an Avengers or kind of like a Marvel 10-year anniversary showcase that they're putting on. I believe it starts on the 13th. I'm not sure, and of course it's in a different. It's in like Hong Kong, I believe. So the dates are a bit different too when that actually switches. So I don't know when this is actually going to start. Assuming that we got this picture though, I think it's safe to assume that the event is starting soon, and therefore we should get more preview images of them setting up very soon here, and we should get actual photos from the event soon as well. So that's quite exciting. But hey, personally, just before I start going on into Hulkbuster, what I would like to see from the event is the Black Order. That's what I'm really looking forward to in this new film. Thanos and Groot are the other ones that I was interested in. They're both on pre-order already. So at this point, the Black Order and the Outrider that was shown in the background images of the Black Widow figure photos is what I'm actually really interested in now. So really hoping that they do show the Corvus Glaive that they've hinted at in the Black Widow photos, and then it would be excellent if they show the other three members. However, this is certainly an exciting figure, so definitely a lot to talk about here. We have Hulkbuster. They've of course did the Hulkbuster from the Avengers Age of Ultron line. That was quite a notorious figure because it was delayed, probably the most I've ever seen a Hot Toys figure get delayed by, because usually Hot Toys figures, like, sometimes they just never come out, of course, but the ones that go on pre-order, a lot of times they will get delayed, but it'll be a couple months. You can even get up to like 6 months in delays there. What the Hulkbuster was delayed like a year and a half, I want to say. It got a huge, because it kept getting pushed back, and then it had like a major pushback of like 8 or 10 months, and then it got pushed back a few months after that, like after its release date from that. So this really took quite a while to actually come out. It finally came out. For months I had it on pre-order actually, but when it got delayed the huge length to 10 months, I canceled my pre-order, so I never ended up picking it up. This one, however, I do think looks very cool. First of all, I like this new version of the Hulkbuster. When I first saw images of it in the trailer, I wasn't too into it, and some of the toys, like, it looked like a more slick version of the old Hulkbuster, which was fine, but it just, I kind of prefer the old one a little bit better, but I didn't like hate this new one. However, these photos really make me like this new design. I'm loving getting, I guess, just to see it in like in its full view, I can really get an appreciation for it, and I just think that the pose is pretty perfect. Hot Toys, sometimes they can, pose their figures pretty nicely. They never go very extreme though. But this is just a great pose because it's in between a pose and a stance, and it's just kind of perfect because you're not stressing any of the joints on the figure, but you're not just having them in a museum stance. This one has a bit of a pose. It shows a bit of the personality. I like it quite a bit. Of course, we do know that this might be a little spoiler for this if you don't know, but it's pretty well known now that Tony Stark is not in the suit. It's going to be Bruce Banner, and most likely the suit's going to end up getting like torn up in the end battle, and Bruce Banner is just going to burst out of it as the Hulk and go on a rampage, of course. But so that's kind of an interesting concept for this suit. But I do think that this figure looks excellent. It looks extremely slick. I'm loving the colors, and I do think that the articulation looks pretty decent in the arms, at least, because the left arm is bent very high. That's like more than a 90-degree bend, which I'm pretty impressed with. And of course, it comes with your standard, slicked up lights throughout the entire thing. Just the last Hulkbuster had a bunch of lights as well. This one does. It's no different, and I think that it just looks like an excellent design. So I'm pretty interested in this, and just seeing it. I personally am not going to get this, because if I was going to get a Hulkbuster, I'd probably get the Age of Ultron one, because that's more of an iconic version of the Hulkbuster and from a more iconic scene, I would imagine. But this is very cool. I certainly like it, but for like the $700, $800, possibly even $900 this is going to command, it's certainly not worth it to me personally. But I do think that it does look very cool, and I'm sure a lot of hardcore Iron Man collectors are going to really enjoy this one. If you have the first Hulkbuster, I don't think it's worth shelling out the extra money for this one, but it is still very nice. If you missed out on the first Hulkbuster and you've been just like really beating yourself up about it, this is a nice one to replace it by, because I do think that it does have a great design to it. I do think that it does look awesome. So this is a very exciting figure. It'll be interesting to see if this opens up to reveal Bruce Banner at all or anything. But yeah, that could be interesting. And overall, I think that it does look excellent. I am very excited to see what else they do show at this event. Really hoping that they show the Black Order, of course. But at the moment, I'm loving the Infinity War line, and I can't wait to keep seeing figures. So yeah, so let me know what you guys think of this Avengers Infinity War Hulkbuster figure from Hot Toys, and what else you'd like to see from the event. And thanks so much for watching.